Friends, this is the first in a series of videos where we will discuss on critical issues under GST, input tax credit and GST refunds. Earlier videos we have discussed on GST input tax credit denial to the recipient due to the default on the part of the supplier. We have discussed the various defenses in such cases for bona fide recipients. In this video, we will take up the first other critical issue in input tax credit where we are seeing a spate of advance rulings against the taxpayers. The issue is relating to denial or admissibility of input tax credit under GST on sales promotions items. In one of the advance ruling in the matter of Kanhaiya Realty, the West Bengal Advance Ruling Authority has held that sales promotion items, for example, say you are a mobile dealer, you roll out a scheme whereby you say that whoever purchases 100 pieces of mobiles from you will get a refrigerator as a scheme incentive. The issue before the authorities were whether this refrigerator was a transfer in the nature of supply, and if yes, what was the valuation, whether input tax credit would be eligible on this refrigerator which would be transferred as a sales promotion item. So the Advance Ruling Authority of West Bengal has held that input tax credit should be available in this case. However, the transfer of this refrigerator as a part of the sales promotion scheme would be considered to be as a supply, where price is not the sole consideration for the supply, and therefore the value of the supply should be determined in terms of Rule 27 and output tax liability should be accordingly devolved on such a supply. Friends, we'll discuss two other advance ruling before we present our legal submissions in the instant matter. In another advance ruling, in the case of GRB Dairy Foods Private Limited, the Tamil Nadu advance ruling in this case has held that these sales promotion schemes and refrigerator in the instant case, although that case was relating to something else, it has held that these sales promotions items were gifts. Well, we'll come to our defenses. Or it held that these were items for personal consumption of the recipient of this sales promotion item. In another advance ruling for Page Industries Limited, it has been held that this transfer of the sales promotion item, in that case the sales promotion items was in fact mannequins which was given by the dealer, the main manufacturer of the brand Jockey, to the dealers, sales promotion brochures, etc. It was held that these are exempt or non-taxable supplies and therefore it required a reversal of input tax credit on these items. So friends, various advance rulings across the country have held variously differently in respect of distribution of these sales promotions items? Well, first our defenses on all the three advanced ruling and the judgments in those advanced rulings. Although the advanced rulings are applicable only to the applicant, yet it does give a view of the revenue authorities. So our first defense, where it is said that such items are supply and where price is not the sole consideration for the supply. Friends, the business of the dealer is not to supply refrigerators. Number one. Number two, it cannot be taken to be as a exempt and taxable supply because it is a transfer without consideration and it does not come within the four walls of supply as per section 7 of the CGST Act itself. Next, where it was held that it is a gift. In even the most conservative views, it cannot be considered to be as a gift because the two important elements for a gift is that it cannot be demanded and it has to be out of love and affection. It has to be gratuitous. In the instant case, if your customer sells 99 pieces of the mobile phones instead of 100, he cannot even ask and you will never give the refrigerator to him. And if he achieves this target of 100 pieces of mobile sales, then he can absolutely demand and it is his right to take the refrigerator from you because that was a scheme and it was a contractual agreement between you and the dealer. It is not gratuitous. It is not out of love and affection. In business, there is a give and take, there is a quid pro quo, and therefore it cannot be considered to be as gratuitous. Next, it cannot be considered to be an exempt or non-taxable supply at all, as I said, because it does not come within the four corners of the definition of outward supply under section 7 itself. So what is these sales promotion items and is input tax credit available on them? Our respectful legal submissions in this case is that these are expenditure in the nature of sales promotions on goods which are for furtherance of business. The business is defined as any activity ancillary to the main activity also. Therefore, these are expenditures for furtherance of the business. Yes, these are goods, but these are again not permanent assets disposed of without consideration. It is not a disposal of permanent assets also, because an asset is defined as any goods which creates future economic surpluses for the organization. In this case, the sales promotion items are goods, but they are not assets and therefore they are not even permanent disposal of business assets. The input tax credit should be available as expenditure for furtherance of business. So this is our submissions on these sales promotion items. Another 2 or 3 related issues in this area is what about buy more, get more offers. For example, if you are a dealer of laptops and you take out a scheme that anybody who purchases 20 laptops get 1 laptop free. It is a buy more, get more offer. It is in the nature of buy more, save more discounts. It has been clarified via circular number 92, and input tax credit as per the circular is totally available on this product. Next, buy one, get one free. Of course, this circular 92 clarifies very clearly that where say you buy a torch and you get a battery free. So these are naturally bundled in the normal course of business, and the goods, the battery and the torch are supplied in conjunction with each other. It is a buy one get one free offer, and the cost of the battery is included in the cost of the composite supply, which is the torch and the battery, and therefore input tax credit is allowed on both the battery as well as the torch. Another issue is commercial credit notes, where in case of a discount you issue commercial credit notes and they are without GST, because the discounts do not conform to the conditions as laid down under section 15(3) clause B. Whether reversal of input tax credit is required or not, well, circular 92 read with circular 105, although 105 was withdrawn ab initio, but still it gave an understanding, and circular 92 makes it also clear that there is no requirement for the recipient of the commercial credit note to reverse input tax credit. So friends, these are our submissions in the cases of sales promotion schemes and other related issues. In the next video, in this series, we will come out with another critical issue on admissibility of input tax credit on corporate social responsibility related expenditures and an issue on refunds under GST. Keep watching this series on critical issues on ITC and refunds. In case you have any doubts or queries, you can feel free to write to our office at TaxConnect, info@taxconnect.co.in. Thank you very much.